Hi guys, and welcome to the Shrewsbury vs Sunderland match review. So Sunderland was drawn away from home at Shrewsbury 1-1, and it was absolutely deserved. It was a fair result. If anything, it could have been slightly unfair on Shrewsbury, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So getting into the game, you know, I'm trying to bite my tongue here a lot because I'm absolutely fuming, I won't lie to you. But getting into the game, we had Hoffman in goal across the back. We had 09 at left back. We had Gooch at right back. We had Doyle and Bailey Wright in the middle of defence. We had Winchester and Neal in the middle. O'Brien starts for some reason, I'm not entirely sure, but we've got O'Brien, we've got Pritchard, Broadhead and Stewart as well. You know, and that kind of chopping changed. At times it looked as though Stewart was sort of sitting a bit deeper and Broadhead was getting in behind, which was fine. But either way, that looked like that was the system, and at times it went to a flat 4-4-2. But either way, getting into the game, opening sort of 5 minutes or so, and again it was one of those where it seemed like a pretty evenly contested affair. They went forward, we nicked the ball off them, we break forward, vice versa. That just kept happening. Quite high tempo, but the game was very, very open, like at the back in particular, on the wings, on the sides. You know, we were letting cross after cross come in. 09 was getting caught out on his side. Gooch was getting caught out on his, as you expect the midfielders, but even so, it was absolutely god-awful. In the middle between Doyle and Bailey Wright, there were so many goalmouth scrambles that could have easily turned the other way, you know, but we just got a little bit of luck. They had shots and efforts that had gone high and wide, or scuffed efforts that had been dragged wide or straight at Hoffman. So we could have easily gone one goal down, but we do break forward, and it's Pritchard who's probably had his best game for the club this evening, and it just happens to be on one of the most embarrassing, pathetic performances on the whole, or results on the whole. It just happens to take place tonight. But Pritchard, he cuts in from left to right, and he scores a brilliant goal. It is an absolutely excellent goal. I won't take that away from him. Cuts in from left to right, takes on his man, bends it into the top right-hand corner. It's a gorgeous finish, 1-0. You think at this point we might run away with it, but no. It goes back to Shrewsbury, and it is pretty much all Shrewsbury. It's mainly Shrewsbury. We look so poor. We look so poor. We really, really did. Again, it was similar to the Ipswich game. You know, it started off with a certain tempo, and of course we got the goal as well on the break. But generally, you know, we had a bit of a high tempo for the opening 5-6 minutes, and then it was mainly Shrewsbury that looked the most dangerous. You know, we did put the ball forward a couple of times. We had sort of interchanging play between, like I said, Dhannoo and Pritchard. Then we put the ball in the box, and it wouldn't come to anything. But that was really as far as it went. I think we had a distant effort from Neal, and that was really it. We didn't test the keeper, and they looked so dangerous every time they got forward. They had acres of space down either wing, like I say, and putting the ball in the box, and it was just pinball in the box so many times, and it could have gone either way. You know, and luckily for us, it didn't find a way in the back of the net. And I saw it, you know, half-time, 1-0, well, sorry, just before the stroke of half-time, they did get a man sent off. And for me, it was a very, very soft red card. But at the same time, I've seen softer given against us. So, you know, of course I'm pleased we're against 10 men, but was it really a red? Probably not. It's soft, it's late, and it's kind of scissored our man, but at the same time, you know, like I say, I've seen worse or seen softer given as reds. So, you know, so we took it. So at this point, it completely changes the game, because then we get to approach the, you know, half-time whistle goes. We get to approach this second half. You know, we're against 10 men. I'm thinking, just go for it now. Just go for it. For me, I would have brought O'Brien off because he contributed absolutely fuck all. He's generally someone who I know is, you know, is a grafter. He works hard. But, you know, there'll be times where he'll sprint deep for it, he screams for the ball, and he gets it. He'll just tap it back to the defenders, then he'll run off and get himself marked. He contributed nothing. I think he touched the ball about 6 or 7 times and generally just tapped it straight back the way it came. Didn't offer anything at all. So, you know, against 10 men, I thought, you know, maybe he might bring on Jacques for the second half, or McGeady, something like that. But no, he changes nothing, go into the second half, and even though we're against 10 men, we are absolutely all over the place. We are absolutely god-awful. Opening 15 minutes, they're dominating. Shrewsbury, they're pinging balls into the box, nearly scoring shots left, right and centre, and we look utterly clueless and shite. There seemed to be no game plan, losing the ball constantly. We're trying to play it out from the back, but we don't have the defenders, the quality of defenders at the back, or the players at the back, to be able to cope with that, or be able to at least attempt to play it out from the back, and we're losing it constantly. They're getting chance after chance. So I'm thinking, right, okay, the subs finally, just over the hour mark, we're making a substitution now, and I'm surely going to bring the wings on, because we need to get this by the scruff of the neck. But no, O'Brien comes off, and he brings on our captain, the defensive midfielder in Evans, who I've made it quite clear. I think he's dog shit. And he is, and he was shit from the second he come on. So we bring off O'Brien, who, don't get me wrong, that's the right move. But then we're against 10 men against Shrewsbury. No disrespect to them, but how far have we fallen when we're struggling against 10-man Shrewsbury that we need to bring off an attacker and then bring on a defensive midfielder captain who is never my fucking captain in a million years, by the way. He's terrible. He shows no leadership abilities at all. 2 minutes later, they score, and they absolutely fucking deserve it. I mean that alone, that decision, surely some people need to realise Lee Johnson does not have a fucking clue what he's doing. No idea what he's doing. You're against 10 men, man. And you bring on fucking Evans, Winchester and Neil, with the only sort of decent little pairing we had in the middle as well, that kind of broke up the play. And when any of the brief attacking spells we had were generally coming through Dan Neil and Winchester in the middle. They had that little partnership going and put it out to Pritchard, who, like I say, did actually have a decent game. And that's generally how our attacking threats did flow. But he he moves Winchester back to right back, breaking up the partnership that Dan Neil and Winchester are going, to plonk that fucking little, slow as anything, gives the ball away every 2 seconds, is clueless, is Evans and himself, to bring him on. And we concede immediately. And even then, after conceding he didn't change anything, he waited until 15 minutes left to make an attacking substitution against 10 men. Absolutely appalling. And then McGeady come on, Dietrich come on. It's too late, really, because, they've already battered us whilst having 10 men, and then they've just sat back, and even then, which was terrible, we've shown no form of urgency. At 10 men, they're all backs against the wall, which I know, regardless of you get 10 men, 9 men, 8 men, regardless, if they're all sat back and it's all backs against the wall and they're parking the bus, it's a nightmare and it's horrible. But we're not even attempting to ping balls into the box. We are literally just strolling the ball, slow as you like, across the back. Every now and then we go out wide. Dietrich would try and take on his man. Rather than getting the ball in the box, he'd lose it. Then he'd hump it upfield. We'd get it again, slowly play it along the back for literally sometimes 90 seconds at a time. It was absolutely ridiculous. You'd think we were sat on a frigging 2 or 3 goal lead. It was shocking. It was absolutely shocking. The sort of mentality of the lads. I couldn't believe it. You've got 09 a few times on the left-hand side. I'm screaming. There's bodies in the box. You've got Broadhead in there. Stewart in there. You've got Dietrich at the back post. Just put the fucking ball in the box, man. It might not go anywhere, whatever, but give us a frigging chance. He's holding on to the ball. He might take on his man. Trying to dummy his man. He gets predictable. Loses the ball. He foot upfield again. And that happened for about 10 minutes straight. It was shit. McGeady, I think he had a shot from distance that went high and wide. But we just didn't help ourselves. The subs didn't help. Lee Johnson was shit. Of course, he was working from the stand and he was calling. He was on the speaker or on the phone, whatever the hell it was, to the assistants. But it was just shit. It was utter shit. The game management was absolutely abysmal from start to finish of that game. And it's finished 1-1. And like I say, Shrewsbury probably deserved to win the game. If anything, they looked more dangerous going forward. We looked so predictable and easy to play against. And even against 10 men, we look worse. I saw, at half-time when we were a goal up on social media, when the sort of general outlets, the news outlets say, oh, what did you think of the game? What do you think of the performance so far? And I've seen people saying, like, oh, it's like we're back to Sunderland of old. And I was genuinely thinking, I wanted to comment on half of it, to be like, are you fucking kidding me? We've been shite. The first half was shit. Just because we made a couple of chances, which, in comparison to the previous games, yeah, it's a bit of an improvement. But that is not back to the good old ways. Just because we carved out 2 or 3 chances against Shrewsbury, if that's an improvement or that's classed as satisfactory, then dear me, we have fucking fell. But yeah, 1-1, and what an opportunity we had as well. Wigan drew. They were losing 2-0. They drew 2-2. So they dropped points as well. If we won tonight, we would have been sitting really, really nicely with games in hand as well. But instead withdrew against 10-man Shrewsbury. Fair play to them because, like I say, they deserved it. They deserve at least a point because we were fucking garbage. We really, really were. My man of the match, I'll give it to Pritchard because he's the only one who looked half decent. Everyone else was predictable, somewhat, and I don't know. Don't know where we go from here. It's fucking garbage. You go from getting the 2-0 win against Ipswich to just showing us that shower of shit. Oh, guys. I really don't know. The life of a man that supports Sunderland and talks about it on the internet, it's just shit. I don't know where to go from here. I'm not a Lee Johnson fan. I am Lee Johnson now, and it sounds fickle. It's not like I went back to Lee Johnson in after the Ipswich game, but for me, I just feel like that's unforgivable. That is utterly pathetic. That is so bad. The game management, it's like a mag was in charge. Was actually trying to do us over. That's what it felt like. Felt like someone was trying to sabotage us, but really it's our unfucking manager. 1-1, that'll be it, guys. Apologise, a lot of swearing, but you know me by now. So what do you guys think of the game? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you've enjoyed, hit the like button and all that shit. See you later. Stay jammy.